It's been going on for an hour and 10 minutes. Should we go for an hour 20? Two 40-minute videos? Just gonna fold the queen time. I guess. I don't really feel like quitting it. Should I just like film like a marathon session here? Well, I don't know if it's turning out, so I kind of have to end it rather quickly. I don't really want to film for like 3 hours straight and then find out that you can't even hear me because these headphones don't work. Just gonna call. I feel like whenever we've had an ace, we've hit an ace on the flop. Start with a check. Could we raise? I don't want to really scare him away if he does have. Okay, fold over. I was gonna fold anyways. I'm just gonna start with a call over here. And a check again. I feel like for some reason this hand's just gonna go check call, check call, check call. Okay, I think I'm gonna lead this river now. But I really didn't want to. I really wasn't planning on like check raising the turn. Like I have in the past. I think I'm gonna bet rather large, like 4-15. I feel like my line. That's fine. And just fold. That's perfectly fine. I think we had the best hand the whole way. Or not necessarily the whole way, but after the flop. Or obviously we did, because he's calling if he has us beat. I'm going to raise king queen over here. I'm going to raise king 2 if it's folded to me. Thank you. There hasn't been really any exciting hands this session, has there? It's just been like a slow grind. I hate sessions like this, like if I say I get like coolered or something, where I've been playing for over an hour now, like nothing exciting happening, and all of a sudden, like last hand of the session, I get stacked in a cooler, and then now I'm like break even or losing, and all of a sudden I'm playing for another 2 hours trying to get even. I'm gonna start with a check over here. 3, jack, queen, king. That's a good turn for us. The king on the turn brings a second flush draw. I'm going to raise here. He makes it 250 and make it like 735. Okay, I guess just 7 because I don't have time once again. I think I have like the pop to top or something enabled, where if I'm typing over here and it's my turn over here, it takes away my cursor or wherever I'm focusing trying to type. Okay, and he leads again. That's interesting. Like, what is he doing this with? Am I raise folding again? I think I'm just going to call. Yeah, I don't think that's calling a raise for sure. And I just kind of noticed, like, right before, or didn't just notice, but it was a jack, queen, king board. I mean, the flush is missed. I think if he's, like, full on bluffing, I don't think he's going to bet so small as he did. And I think... I think like he could possibly have hands that beat me, like pocket threes. Like the only hand that's really gonna call me, I think, is maybe like ace king if he has ace king. By me raising, I think the hands that I beat that call are like ace king, maybe king 10, and king jack. Pocket three. Well, pocket threes beat me. Then there's hands that beat me, like 8, 9, pocket threes. But yeah, then there's hands like that. He bet where I raise and he folds. But I don't know. I could see raising. I could definitely see raising that river. And as I've mentioned, I think in the first video, not the first video of this series, but the first video that I made, I mentioned how when I know I'm quitting soon, I tighten up tremendously. Not tremendously, but it's noticeable, the difference between my play at the beginning of a session and the play at the end of the session. Especially right after I was talking about the whole, how it would be devastating to get a cool word right here. After this long grind session, hopefully it's a good, at least the video turns out. Oh, look at this. We've gotten aces a decent amount of times this video. But I mean, how many hands do you get in, okay, well, quick folds. It's got, I think the Oppie would say, I think it's like 300. I'm not even going to pull it up. Maybe not quite 300 hands an hour. It's definitely more than 100. I've definitely gotten my fair share of aces but we haven't played any big hands with aces or anything like that. Checking the queen 8. I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I could just make this, I have to end this soon though. Could just keep on rolling. It's not gonna make sense if I break this up in videos though, because I'm sitting here, oh, I could keep going, it's been so long, it's been an hour and a half, and then it's like, no, you're only 10 minutes into the second video. It's not quite gonna make sense. Alright, 150. I'm going to open here. Okay, I'm just gonna min bet. It was limp. Or I just called from the small blind. And we flop top and bottom pair on the 8-9 jack board. First the big blind, he calls, we turn a full house. Doesn't get much better than that. King 7, could I open? I'm gonna need fold. I hope you got the straight right here. Hope you got the straight. You get that straight. I want to give him a chance to raise. If I overbet, I don't know if he's going to raise if he has a straight. Whereas if I, like, this could be a decent spot. I don't like how it does this to my hair. Like, if he had a 10 and I overbet, he might be like, oh, crap, king 10, and just call. Whereas if I bet less than, this is my decision between, like, overbetting, like thinking he has a 10 and he's calling no matter what, or thinking he has something that he's calling no matter what. So I overbet versus betting like a standard half pot, 2/3 pot. Is that even making sense? Like if I bet over pot, he is, unless he has king 10, I don't think there's any way he's raising. Whereas if I bet like a standard amount, he could think he's raising for value with hands that I do beat. Like random jacks or a 10 for a straight. I don't think he's, like a single jack, I don't think he's raising. I'm going to bet again here, I think. You know what, maybe I'll check. I'm going to check. Not really scared, but checking for value, is that a thing? Can I check for value? I'm checking for value. Should we take a weird ass line and bet now? I'm gonna bet now. Kind of like that last hand where, or that, not that last hand. The hand where we had king queen, and I think we timed out on the flop. It was like a king high flop. We timed out and just checked, and then we ended up just check calling the flop, check calling the turn, and then we checked and it checked behind on the river. And I mentioned that I'm just gonna min raise here. That might have been, that would have been a great time to lead the river, because it's kind of confusing him. Like, what does this guy have? Is he bluffing? We're gonna get a decent amount of calls, I think. And also, I think the majority of his range that he's betting twice with is marginal hands that might be like that might slow down at the river, like random kings. Like we had king queen on a king high board, and he could have had like king tens, king nines, king eights that just want to check the river once they get there. I'm just gonna fold 10-4. So I think not necessarily that line I just took in this hand over here was a great line, but I think that leading on the river can kind of, when you're certain they're not, or when you feel it's most likely they're not going to bet, and you can get value from them, that sometimes is a good thing to do, because it could also induce light calls. Like, it's kind of weird, like when someone check calls, and then leads into you, or it goes like check call, check, and then they lead into you. I got it for whatever reason, like whenever, even like pre-flop, like if or in any situation where, like someone donks out after the flop, or like leads out, or bets, like when they weren't the pre-flop raiser, if it was raised pre-flop, it always, like for some reason like, in my head it's like a written rule, if you just called pre-flop, you check the flop, no matter what the flop is. Like that's like a written rule in my head, and I don't think that's necessarily correct, but it always throws me off when someone leads out into me, or I'm in a hand where someone leads that didn't raise. And that's interesting, and I should examine that more. But yeah, that's definitely the case. Like, I've never once like thought, like, it's never once sent up like a warning flag when someone's not been the pre-flop raiser and leads out on the flop. And that's their check too. Like if, like I guess that only applies when it's out of position. Like if someone raises from early position and the button calls, and then on the flop the raiser checks and then the button bets, like that's, in my mind, that's normal. But if, no, I'm done talking about that, or that idea. Okay. Alrighty. It looks like we have done a decent job at this session, and once again I'm going to mention that we started this session. Oh, that's not going to make sense if this is a different video though. Whatever, we're in for both tables for $50. I'll just leave it at that, because I was going to say we started down $25, but if this is two different videos, then the second of those videos, it's not going to make sense if we started down 25, because we didn't start down 25 for that video. Can I lead here? It was a limp pot pre-flop, so my rule doesn't apply. Not that my rule is anything. It's not even a rule, it's just an observation. As it checks through. I felt like I should have, I think that leading that flop would have been fine. Limp pots in general, I think leading are fine for value. Like I don't think like leading, like if I had air there, if I had like 7-8, like I don't think that's a good lead on that flop, but with any sort of ace, I think that'd be a fine lead on the flop and a limp pot. I noticed that definitely with like live poker, like playing from the blinds, and it's like a large like limped pot. I think in poker in general, if it's not raised pre-flop, like the post-flop play is going to, unless it's like some crazy setup, the post-flop play is going to be passive. Like it mimics, like post-flop play mimics the pre-flop play for the most part. I mean, there's definitely exceptions to that, but like I've noticed it in live poker where like from the blinds where it's like not a family pot, but like a limped pot, and I have like 4-6 or something, or some random hand, and I flop 2 pair or something. Like if I lead out, the majority of the time there's going to be call. Like they're willing to call, but if I check, then it's like it checks through or whatever the case may be. But just in limp pots, usually people are passive post flop. So if you make a hand, it's a good idea to bet, because they can still be passive and call. I am going to just fold. Just fold. Okay, after seeing that turn card, that's okay with me. Okay. Queen 9, fold, fold. An hour and a half. Alright, we'll do like 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes, and then we'll sit out. I think, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Played a lot today. And I do have like 3 videos I need to export, which apparently take, just gonna call, that I need to export. I don't really need to even edit them at all though, so I don't really know if I need to be exporting them. But to upload them to YouTube, they apparently are going to take a long time. So I have, maybe I should start with that. Okay. Folding 5-8. Yes. Opening Ace-5 on the left. Hope I'm not too like dull voice. My throat's like been really bothering me lately. Ever since that first video I did. It's a pretty dry flop. I'm gonna see about $2 here. See if that works. It's gotta work. Okay. Oh my god, I wanna call. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call. How often does he just have like random straight draws and flush draws? What if he has a 6 though? Then I'm shitting. One time. Yeah. That's pretty bad by me. I just gave away $8. That wasn't the best of plays. Gonna open the pocket 9s. We can't end on that note. We must play another 20 minutes. We've won with the pocket 9s. Just gonna fold the 5-9. Just gonna fold, yes, fold the king 2. Folding jack 8. Opening king jack, going to fold, I say that all the freaking time. Going to fold the king jack to the 3-bet. Folding 10-4. Folding jack 4. As well as 6-9. Opening 10 jack. 9-2, bye-bye. Bye-bye 9-2. Keeps doing that to my hair. really slowed down here. Maybe I could just end the video back a couple minutes ago and just cut this out. So I just, yeah, that's fine. Folding check 2. Whoa. At least the dogs are behaving now, as they are asleep. Opening ace jack. Oh, both tables. If it ever makes it to me. As well, I'm just gonna flat here. Opening ace 8 from middle position. Yeah. 2 shorter stacks in the blinds. Not that it's really an issue. It's not like it's tournament poker where they're likely to be aggressive in making moves. I'm going to start with a call here. He quickly checks. I think I'm going to bet here. Maybe, potentially, possibly, I could get a better hand to fold as he quickly calls. And he leads. I think he has some sort of king. I wouldn't be surprised if he has some sort of king. I'm just going to fold. Am I just going to fold? Yeah. Ooh, maybe I should call. Did we have the same hand? What did I have? I had ace jack. He had me beat. What is he showing like a damn hooligan? I almost called too. I'm so proud of that bluff. Maybe he was trying to make me feel good. Showing me that he had it. Alright, this has been kind of a dead of an episode now that I think about it. I've been playing for over an hour and a half, and, well, I guess we are winning. We're up a buy-in. A little more than a buy-in, so that's a good thing. Folding. Should I sit out next big blind on both tables? Is it that time? Hour and a half? Yeah, that's plenty. I could just play to 2 hours. Chop it into 4 30-minute videos. I can't because I've talked about it so much. I can't do that. Alright. I feel like I could though. As long as I'm not like posting them different days. If I'm posting videos the same day, then it doesn't matter if it's like, like, oh, I waited a week, and then he's sitting here talking about how he's already played for over an hour. But if I post them all the same day, then I think I'm taking this whole talking to myself to another level. It's supposed to be, not literally, like, discussing my thoughts with myself out loud. Okay, I'm just gonna sit out next big blind. After I hit the big blind for each hand, like, so the next time I get the big blind on either table, I'm going to click sit out next big blind. Gonna open the ace-9 from the button over here. Pocket, I'm glad I waited. Done so happy I made it. See bet a little bit larger than normal, but not really. And we get called. We flop top pair on the 9-8-4 semi-connected board with the double flush draw coming now on the turn. Just going to open standard with pocket aces over here on the button. I'm going to bet again for value over here and protection. I think there's a lot of draws / other marginal hands that could continue on this board. We get 3-bet. Lovely. Love that. I'm going to 3 or 4-bet here. And that's just because if he has a hand that he might like to go with preflop, like, okay. Bet. Okay. I guess we'll talk about it after this hand. He quickly calls. Wow. Why did you just call? You're so nice, sir. 11. So he had pocket sixes over there, and the river's a 6. I bet again. Maybe I think betting there's fine. I just feel like maybe he's not necessarily calling with that much. We do have the ace of hearts, so that's fine. I'm just going to effectively put them all in. Bet 30. I'm going to let it tank down a little bit. I think he has to be calling over here. What is he calling a 4-bet? Okay, quickly folds. The reason why I elected a 4-bet preflop on this table versus just flatting in position is in case he has... Is that flat? Hands like 10s, jacks, queens, kings that may want to be willing to go with it preflop. And then, like, some horrible flop comes. Like, not horrible flop, but like a king-eye flop and he has pocket queens, where he was willing to go with a preflop. Do I just fold here? What the heck? The worst pair. I'm just gonna call, I guess. That's fine. Interesting. But curiosity got the best of me. So I would actually like to go back and see that hand with the 6s. I think I raised pre-flop and then bet, flop turn river, and he just called behind on the river after rivering a set, which is fine. I think the flushes didn't get there, but I think the straight potentially did, like the open-ended straight. Like it was 8-9, and the 6 came, no. So I guess I'm just lucky he didn't raise. I mean, I don't necessarily think I'm calling if he raises, but I'm surprised he wouldn't raise on that river. And I'm surprised he called twice. I mean, I guess he maybe could potentially think that I was on a draw. Or that's what he has to be thinking. Like, calling 2 streets with pocket 6s on an 8-9 super wet board. Whatever. I think I bet probably $1.50 on the flop. I think it was 4 on the turn, and then maybe 7 on the river. So it was a pretty good sized pot too. And we turn open-ended over here, river top pair. I'm going to raise this hand on the left over here. Like with ace-9 there, should I be checking back a lot of the time? Like, I think betting the flop and betting the turn are musts, but betting that river, is there a lot that, like, maybe worse, I think maybe worse 9s still do call. Maybe some, like, ace-8s, king-8s, like some good 8s, maybe still call. I don't think, like, I mean, yeah, I guess I'm only getting value from, like, worse 9s. So, should I just be checking? Whatever. I think that's potentially a spot I should be checking. Whether, I mean, but I think I don't want to be result-oriented in the sense that, because I'm sure if he did call, I would have, and he had some kind of hand, whatever it may be, that I beat, I wouldn't still be talking about that hand. But just thinking back at it, I'm just not sure exactly what I'm trying to accomplish with that bet, because I don't think that many hands that I'm beating do call, besides maybe worse 9s. But I mean, I think there maybe are a decent amount of worse 9s in his range. And that's all I'm going to talk about that hand for. Alright, I said the next big blind. I'm sure that's already passed. I'm going to start with the c-bet over here. I'm going to try to start with the c-bet over here. 175, folding 8-4. And we get raised, just going to fold. Jack 3 folding, King 2 raising, opening King 2. Okay, looking for big hands, looking for. Just gonna fold the king? No, I'll open it first, too. We must play more hands. Must play more hands. Surely he's gonna fold. As he calls. This is another spot where I don't really, I mean, we do have decent equity, I just don't want to see that. I'm just going to check just because the board's so connected. Not, I mean, it's relatively connected with a 3 straight out there. Ace on the turn, he bets out. I think I might have butchered this hand, but I want to just fold now. It's so weak though, raising preflop and then just, okay, alright, I'm staying up both hands. I think I should be playing that differently. I guess c-betting, I mean, we flop it fine. I think I should be c-betting that hand. Like 100% of the time, or at least calling the turn. Like I can call the turn. Okay, I'm just gonna do sit out next big blind. Oh, okay, well that's fine. Over here. Because I feel like it's been forever since we've had a big blind. Okay. And right when I do that, it's the next hand. Gonna fold versus the end of the gun raise. Don't want to tango with the session basically over. I guess we'll leave this up. Well, we know we're basically even at this table. We're up like $58 right now. Roughly 60. Hopefully I don't lose any more before the end of the session. So we're up total on the series of 50 no limit, roughly $35. I'm just gonna fold. Maybe a little bit less than 35, like $32. And once that Bovada like processes my cash out, then we can just use my balance. My account balance will just be the how we'll know how much we're up or down. Pretty good flop for us here. Or really good flop for us, I should say. As we flop open-ended straight draw. Our 5 still definitely could be the best hand. The turn pairs the 3s. I am going to bet again, or is this a spot where I can check for value? No, I'm going to bet again. I'm going to keep it relatively small. Just because I don't think if I bet more or less, I think they have the types of hands where it's just they're calling or they're folding, whether I'm betting, like, I mean, maybe if I bet like pot, they could fold like some kind of weaker draws. But like I bet rather small and they both folded, so that's fine. Okay, it's fine. Why not? Let's get in. Hey, come back. Another ace on the flop for us. See betting 185, 85, and a quick fold. So now we're up roughly 70 on the session of this video. And we finish right at about $70, which puts us for the session right at, or right around, I should say, $45. And I hope these videos will turn out, and hopefully we'll be back with more soon.